You serious?
So there are plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Right now, you're killing some time with me, Marcus Bronzy.
Me, Funk Butcher.
Billy is also talking with us this week. He's just he said, fuck. He said, I'm sitting here in the corner, yeah, having to watch you baboons talk, which in fact, frankly, I feel is a little bit racist, Billy, for saying that. I feel like that there could have been a better use of words there, don't you think, Funk? Do we need to write a letter to somebody?
No, Billy would never say anything like that.
No, because sometimes he says stuff. You're all right for them kind of people. People like you are all actually all right. He did say that to me once. I said, what? People like what, Billy? He said, people like... No, Billy didn't do that. Right. Billy's like, no, please.
He's trying to get the mob after Billy.
Bro, black Twitter with you say, who the fuck is Billy? It's fine for doing something now. Billy's not racist to black people. Anyway, so... right, so... plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us in advance. We spoke a lot about Mario Kart and the Nintendo Switch in last week's episode, but the purpose of us here at How to Kill an Hour is to give you different ways to kill time. I found an app that's free. Mm-hmm. It's by the people that make one of my favourite games called Cut the Rope. We spoke about on the show before. Mm-hmm. Cut the Rope's a wicked physics-based game. Mm-hmm. Where you have to cut a little bit of rope with a candy on it, and the candy lands in something else's mouth, and it increasingly gets harder and harder to cut ropes and get the candy in something's mouth. Great game. I was playing it, like a new version of it, and it said, hey, try out our other game. And usually I'm like, fuck off. I want to play the game I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
But this thing called Cats came up, and it's...
What's it called?
Cats.
Okay.
And what that stands for is, it's actually quite clever. Crash Arena Turbo Stars is what it is. But it's like... we used to have Robot Wars here in the UK, and they brought it back, which is a show where robots fight each other. Mm-hmm. I've always kind of wanted to do that in real life. Mm-hmm. This is the closest I can get with this game, Cats, because you have a little cart, and you modify it with weapons and armor and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you basically fight other carts, and you can do leagues and quick fights and stuff like that. And you can get lasers, rocket launchers, chainsaws swinging around on arms, and it's kind of cool, man. I had a little bit of fun playing it, not gonna lie. Pretty good. Free as well, so check that out. We'll put links to that.
Nice.
My
favourite price.
Yeah, so $3.99 is my favourite. Is that how much? That $3.99? I'll take some of that. So yeah, it's out now. Get your hands on it. We've got a link to it in the show description, so check that out. Anyway, Funk, how do you feel about VR? What are your thoughts on VR? Cool? Yeah? No? Yeah? Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's absolutely grabbed me in the figure 4 leg lock yet. But I think it's going to get there. Right. I think it's obviously going to get to a stage where the price point will make sense.
How would you feel about me maybe using electricity to make VR more real?
That sounds like an alternative to capital punishment.
How about... Well, actually, instead of putting people in jails, putting headsets on, and they're actually, oh my gosh, Funk, why are you such a dictator, bruv? Billy, have you just witnessed this? He's just used VR for capital punishment, bruv.
So
nah, man, don't let this guy start a dictatorship. Funk's dictatorship. He wants to use VR for capital punishment. So basically, how would you feel, Funk, then, if I told you that VR researchers have been using electric shocks to help you feel things in VR? So stay with me, because Funk's looking at me like, wait, hang on. All I'm going to feel is electrified. But,
exactly.
So what they've done is they've actually worked really hard at connecting pads to your muscles and certain parts of your body. So they've got you wearing your usual headset and tracking gloves, but you also have muscle stimulators they've seen them in your arms, basically, is where they're working on them. And when you touch certain things in the VR world, it stimulates those muscles to make you feel like you've actually touched something. So you can feel like you've bumped into something, you're lifting something, pushing against something. They're actually using that, stimulating your muscles in sync with the visual experience. Now, obviously, I know you'd love to imprison people forever and ever doing that, but this is I feel like this is really revolutionary. Like I'm just looking at, I can see the cogs going around in your head. What are you thinking?
No, because the reason I said that is because obviously Amnesty International put out some figures a couple of weeks ago about the amount of people being electrocuted. I thought, hey, look, this is a viable alternative. You can fake electrocute people via VR. That's what I was getting at. That's what it sounds like to me. But in regards to this, I mean, so this sounds a little bit like this therapy I've read about. I have to kind of brush up on it, but wasn't there something called Pavlov's dog, where they condition the dog through certain forms of treatment and whatnot? And I guess this is a form of like conditioning.
Yeah,
it's something like that.
There was a product that came out called the Pav something. It was on your wrist, and you said, "Oh, the marketing was like, do you want to break the habit of smoking? Do you want to do this?" And every time you went to have a fag, it'd zap you.
Yeah.
So it's similar. So it'd break the habit. So if you don't want to get zapped, don't smoke.
So what's the use of this headset to kind of condition people to do what?
It's not what?
It's not for conditioning. Why have you got to turn it into? why have you got? So you're like, so like a simple, like this is not Pavlov's dog, but you mean like if they electrocuted a bit of cheese and a mouse went to eat it, it would then associate cheese with pain.
I'm talking something more sinister. I'm talking something like if you touch anything red and you got electrocuted, you would eventually vote Conservative because it's blue.
Bruv.
You don't know what kind of listen.
There's levels to your mind that I'm genuinely concerned about.
We haven't even scratched the surface yet. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, are we a step closer to the Matrix? But you're like, probably you funding this. So I mean, this kind of like ups the levels for VR sort of stimulation now. Like, so obviously I think it has applications for training and stuff like that. Make me feel like I'm on the moon or make me feel like I'm on Mars or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like the sound of this personally.
Aren't we going past the realms of virtual reality if you can actually feel stuff though? Then it's not virtual anymore, is it? That's actually reality. That's real pain.
But you're not feeling it. There's nothing there.
You are feeling it. You're feeling electric stimulus though in your muscles, so you are feeling something.
You think it's there, but it's not there.
So what if we're already in it?
Oh, you're going too deep now.
It's blunt. Yo, what if we're just making this machine inside the machine? Inside the machine.
What if there is no how to kill an hour and we're just killing an hour with headsets on?
But what is an hour? And how do you kill time if time isn't alive? Oh, we're going to Jaden Smith. We sound like Jaden Smith
exactly
now. Yeah, but I mean, do you know what? To be fair, I wouldn't mind a gym at home that I could just put on a headset and lift some weights.
Yeah.
That'd be all right. That means I wouldn't have to go all the way to the gym.
Faker size.
Faker size. I'm on this, man. I'm on this. But yeah, thanks, Funk, for turning that, reasonably nice talking point into capital punishment. So Elon Musk is at it again. And do you know what?
Hey, man like Musky.
I feel like I'm a bit of a hater, yeah, but I think sometimes, like, I misunderstand the guy, yeah, because I feel like he just says shit and other people make it and he gets the credit.
Yeah, man, let off Musk.
Nah, man.
Because he's a thinker. He's like me.
He wrote up, but like, yeah, but...
From Musk till dawn.
I can do that, innit? I can do that, though. Flying cars.
Yeah.
All right, well, wouldn't it be cool if you have flying cars?
Yeah, but if you've got the money to do it, it's not just something you're saying. You can actually do it.
But I know he done a Tesla car, but he doesn't... like Hyperloop, that was his idea, innit?
Yeah.
He just wrote a paper and someone else made it.
Yeah.
I can write a paper about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can just like flying cars. That's my paper. 2 words, flying cars, or in small writing.
Yeah.
Now the title will be flying cars, small writing. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
There you go.
And it comes to fruition because he's got the money. He's got the cajillions to make it happen.
No, we said this before. We've mentioned this on the show. He said that he hates LA traffic so much that he's proposed an underground road, stating that he wants it to be the future of the city. How would it work? We hear you ask. I'm clearly reading this. He goes with a series of multi-layered underground tunnels beneath the city, traveling along a Skeletrix-like platform. I can say that. I say shit like that every day. You know what? Wouldn't it be great if we fucking went underground? Oh, hang on. We already have that. It's called the tube system. Why is it amazing when he says this? Why is he taking us a step back? So instead of getting on a tube, he said, let's drive underground.
Because it's amazing, because some things are so brilliant and they're brilliant in their simplicity. Now, the way you get over the whole carbon footprint and the problem with the pollution is if you take that pollution and you chuck it underground, because everyone's having it. I guess that seems to be the only course of action. More cars are getting built.
Okay. Right. So you're saying instead of having to like throw our carbon underground and pollute it, let's just put it there in the first place.
Yeah.
So you're saving a job.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. I would love to see a universe where this funk butcher takes over and has power with unlimited funds.
Okay, but the thing is, if you look at it like this, could you imagine if every road in China was underground? Do you know how currently you can't even see in Beijing, like the air is so smoggy and polluted. So even if you could take a percentage of that pollution and chuck it underground, you might be onto something. Well, might be onto something.
We did have our first warning actually the other day, about a month ago in London, where our mayor said don't go outside because there's too much pollution.
Yeah.
But I feel like with that concept, I could say, like, that's like me saying, imagine instead of building up, we just built buildings down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be really clear outside?
But this is the thing. We've had approximately 10 years of the congestion zone in this, and we've had that warning still. So things aren't improving. If we've had a law to try and cut pollution levels in the capital, and yet our pollution is still rising. So,
or is it?
Down, down, down.
You can just say that about anything, though, innit? You can say that about anything. This food is really good. Or is it?
Well, no, the pollution.
He's Elon Musk now.
Yeah. God, Billy Musk.
The pollution could have changed, right? The pollution could have got air quality could have got much better, but so much money. Just keep it. Why not? Just keep it in.
Or is it?
I guess so. I guess there is a vested interest to keep it in place, but wouldn't have to kind of put out that that whole fear mongering of things are really bad now.
Or is there?
Sorry,
I'm just getting addicted to it.
But to be fair, the rates of asthma sufferers in the capital suggests that is the case, that things are getting worse in terms of the pollution. So maybe, we do need, like, because there's actually unused tunnels at the moment from the war that they could use as, I don't know, put some cars on there.
I just feel like
beep beep.
I'm just gonna go back to hating on Musk today.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what, the Tesla car's cool, wicked, awesome, but we have the tube. Why not just develop a tube? Like, why would you develop something that pulls your car underground? Is it like, why not have a tube service?
That's called Hyperloop.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but he ain't done that though.
It ain't here yet. Yeah. Hyperloop, but a bit slower.
Yeah.
What's slower than Hyper?
Ultra. Which bit is Ultra better than Hyper?
Yeah, Ultra sounds fast as well.
What sounds a bit slower than the Hyper?
This is a lot
faster than fast.
This is a lot slower than the Hyper though, because you're going to be in the car.
What?
Just call it loop.
Just call it loop, innit? Car loop.
Yeah.
Seriously, what's a word to describe slightly slower than Hyper? If Hyper was used for speed, warp. Like in Star Trek, if they were like, connect the hyperdrives, then you know you're going fast. Yeah,
that's too fast. Let's go warp instead.
Is it warp? Yeah, warp 1.
Warp speed.
Warp 1, yeah. Impulse power. That's it. Anyway, Facebook wants to read your mind. Musk spoke about reading minds.
Yeah.
But Facebook's annual developer conference happened, and they unveiled a proposal of a brain-to-computer interface that would allow us to send thoughts to a computer. Not only did they talk about it, they actually experimented with it, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But Regina Duggan, she's the head of Facebook's secret hardware R&D Building 8 group. So they've got this R&D. So R&D, research and development.
Yeah.
When you've got that much money, I'm thinking your shit is going to be like Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Tony Stark. I'm thinking, those are the kind of levels I'm thinking their R&D departments are at. Because this is Facebook, one of the biggest companies in the world. But what they've chosen to show us is the mind reading process. Now, there's been a couple of reports on this where they've said that they actually showed, I think it was 8 words a minute were getting typed with Mind. So at the moment, it's possible with the right calibrations for you to type 8 words a minute with your head. So if Facebook get this going to the point where you can seamlessly just think words at the speed, type at the speed at which you think, and they integrate that into Facebook, they technically would be collecting data which is coming directly from our heads. They would actually be mind reading, bro. Because it's fair to say, if I type something into Google, that might not be exactly what I'm thinking.
Why?
Because by the time it gets down to my fingers, it might not come out right, you know? Especially me, like, there's so many times I've written ducking, and that's not what I mean.
Okay.
So that's fake, fake data for Google. I've never written ducking in my life. I always mean the other word.
Yeah.
Why are you Google searching fucking?
Good question, Billy.
Billy, I think the real question is why wouldn't I? Yeah? Why wouldn't I? That's the real question. So our brains produce enough data to stream 4 HD movies every second.
Really?
Apparently, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the problem is the best way to get information out into the world, speech, can only transmit the same amount of data as like a 1980s modem. So by trying to get that data out of our head, we could increase the way in which we can communicate with each other, like and access the internet. But that's not Facebook's use anyway. Facebook's kind of use for it is for us to be able to type stuff in at the moment.
Allegedly.
or do they?
Or do they?
So would you want to use this if this became something that was normal? Like, you know, here, put on this headset or plug this into your head. We now can let you type as quickly as you want. But by the way, we're Facebook, so we're going to keep the data. Yeah,
and let the other parts of your brain deteriorate in the process because you won't be using them.
What if it like could pick up everything you were thinking? So not just like what you were projecting consciously, it's picking up like your, oh man, I'm a bit hungry. Boom, boom, McDonald's sign comes up.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
But it's the thing, because generally speaking, the customs and excise part of our brain, which filters the stuff that gets through, which we disseminate through our fingers or through our mouth, whatever, there is nothing like that. So you're going to go behind that border and take everything which is unfiltered. You know what you're going to end up like? You're going to end up like Jim Carrey in Liar Liar, where you just say anything and everything, no filter. Remember that film, Billy, where
the pen is a blue.
So literally, you just become this unfiltered individual, saying what you like about your boss, putting that all on Facebook, what you said about your mum, all the swear words. When you was a kid and your mum would say, "Marcus, you're not going out," and you'd say something under your breath. This time it wouldn't be under your breath, it'd be coming out, and you get a clip around the ear.
I hate you. What do you say? Nothing, mum. I really hate you.
Exactly. So,
or worst case scenario, we actually find out what is going on inside Funk Butcher's head.
Yeah.
4K HD streams of pure evil.
Yeah.
Filtering into the world.
I think they'd have to make a new. I think they make Guantanamo Bay 2 just for me,
just for your mind. You're like Professor X. You're like the reverse Professor X, the evil version.
No, Professor X. You know, in that X-Men film when they go see Magneto and he's in the special chamber made out of plastic for the high security prisoner.
Yeah,
it's a plastic.
Jesus. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of talk about this stuff, but I would quite fancy seeing some of it like being filtered down to like consumers now, man.
Part of me imagines that Elon Musk and I was gonna call him France.
Mark
Zuckerberg, Franz Beckenbauer. I don't know why it came into my head. See, no filter.
Yeah.
Something imagines that these two have a huge chessboard with the world's citizens on the pieces, and they're just playing chess with everyone.
Musk ain't got money like Mark Zuckerberg though. Tim
really?
Cook, he ain't got that Tim Cook money.
Do you not
Mark
think so?
Zuckerberg money.
I think Elon Musk has got a lot of money, man.
Nah, man. I think he's the guy that chats a bit.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I think he chats a lot of waz, man.
I think the guy for Red Bull's got money as well, man. That
Net worth.
Go on.
Guess to the nearest pound.
I don't know, man.
Okay,
money talks and bullshit runs marathons.
he's a billionaire though, isn't he? Of course.
Really?
Yeah. See,
I'm going to say $1 billion.
No
That's
way.
it. For Elon, 1.
Between 10 and 15.
15.5 billion.
And I wasn't even looking.
Whatever. You looked at the screen,
I
man.
didn't look. I've got bad eyesight anyway, so I can't see from here.
Saying if we were plugged in, we'd have heard your head go. I haven't. 2020, baby. Nah, fuck that, man.
15 billion, yeah.
Nah, I don't know, man. I want to see more. I'm very ignorant to Elon Musk, but I don't know, man. I think other people are creating shit that he just says, and he's getting all the credit for it.
Yeah.
You get me? Nah, he ain't got that money like Mark Zuckerberg, that Tim Cook money, that Bill Gates.
Should see how much he's worth.
Bill Gates still the richest man in the world, isn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Anyway, plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us. Billy, what? You've just almost vomited.
Woo.
Who's this?
Bill Gates.
What's he worth?
Net worth.
87.2
billion.
Really?
Mark Zuckerberg, 62.8 billion.
Wow. What about Apple net worth?
Apple's net worth.
We'll leave you on a cliffhanger next episode. No, joking.
Wow.
605 billion.
Microsoft's net worth. Go on, might as
A
well
lot
do it.
of iPhones. Microsoft ain't more than Apple.
Nah.
Because Apple's got more than the US government.
290 billion.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right. Anyway, plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us.
Peace.